Melvin right here playing Farming Simulator 22 on Genesee, New York. Our Rags to Riches series here. And so far, I think we're making some money here again. We finally got some contracts rolling in here the last couple of episodes. And speaking of contracts, by the way, working on one right here at the moment. This is field 30, was it 33? No, 36. Field 36 here. Doing, as you can see, a cultivating contract here on this field here. Got our Fent 1042 and our definitely overbuilt per goal cultivator here. Although I'm thinking this might be more of a chisel. I don't know. Anyway, it's considered a cultivator in the game. So anyway, we'll head over to the contracts, Evan. I also took a couple more contracts here in between episodes. A couple of them showed up on the list. I'm like, yep, definitely taking those here before they disappear here. Again, as I've talked about before, well, actually, yeah, there was a couple other contracts, Evan, too, before I started recording. A couple of smaller dollar ones. Really not worth doing, I didn't think. Looks like those have disappeared. We still got field 53 harvesting. Well, that's still showing up there. But yeah, I grabbed one for field 24 fertilizing, one for 45 cultivating, and yeah, that's the one we're working on right now. Field 36 cultivating. I just finished sleeping through the night here as well. So we're now into the month of August. So one more month ahead. And yes, since last episode, by the way, I completed a whole bunch of contracts here too. So field 3 cultivating, finished that one. We're going to collect on that one. We should be good to collect on all of these here, by the way, at this point. We don't need any of the equipment that's associated with any of these. Field 11 cultivating, collect on that one. Wow, that was not a very expensive contract, was it? 9,000. Apparently I did it. Field 16 cultivating, field 66 cultivating, field 5 harvesting, all done and complete. There we go. We'll see what's maybe might take this harvesting contract a little bit later this episode too. We'll see how the rest of these go. So obviously our cultivating tractor's kind of busy at the moment. We'll have to wait till this field is done before we move on to the next field of that one. But we do have field 24 needs to be fertilized. So we'll head over there here next. Grab our fertilizer spread. It looks like we probably should fill that up. Here's what I think we got. I don't know, 6 bags or 3 bags. We'll find out here. We got a couple of bags over here yet. It is the 3 bags here from the looks of it. I think that's the fertilizer, right? Yep. Okay, so we're probably going to end up having to buy a few more bags of fertilizer here, I'm guessing. Head to the shop here. Oh, let's see what's here. Big bags. We'll go solid fertilizer. Let's grab, how about 4 of them? Just so we don't have that many sitting around here. Not like there's any sort of benefit to buying more at a time. It doesn't give you any sort of price discount, right? So now, mind if you got some sort of bulk discount for buying them like this, sure, but nope. And speaking of bulk discount, I mean, yeah, folks, go buy your fertilizer through this atrocity over here. And I say atrocity, I mean, I don't know if this is necessarily the fault of the mod author or the fault of the game, but yeah, if you buy your fertilizers, so that fertilizer there, 1.8K per 1,000 liters, right? Here, if I go try to buy it here. Oh, wait, no, got to go to this tab. That's right. This one over here. So fertilizer. We want, there we go, solid fertilizer. Get it up to 1,000. There we go. So 1,000 liters of it. So again, right now, the bags we bought, 1,000 liters of fertilizer. We paid $1,000, was it $820 or something like that? If we buy 1,000 liters of fertilizer through this atrocity, Evan, 5,000 to talk about, like, okay, I can see a little bit of a price increase for convenience, everyone, but 5,200, like, this atrocity is highway robbery there of the highest order, so yeah, screw that thing. But that being said, I do still like that does happen. The convenience there is quite nice, shall we say. You just pull up there, hit the refill, and don't have to sit here messing around with these stupid bags filling, 1,000 liters at a time, and yeah. But for, what is that, essentially 3 times the price of one? Wow. That seems a little bit ridiculous to me. I haven't had the time yet, but I would like to look into that mods coding to see if it's possible to adjust that or not. At least I'll bring it down. Again, I can see a little bit of a price increase, but again, going back to that ridiculous amount. Okay, field 45, right? Let me double check this. No, field 24. Turn that on. There we go. Field 45 was the other cultivating one. Yeah, okay. Oh, where's 24, by the way? 24 is... There's 20, 21, 45. 22, 24. Oh, okay, so pretty much right across from where we're cultivating here at the moment. Also, we got one for 45, so that means, so that's right down the road. I would say when the time comes, I can have the tractor drive down there next. And you know what? While we're waiting for this tractor to get to its destination, let's head back to the contracts here. Let's go ahead and take this one here because it's not a bad price on that one. $17,000, field 53. Actually, no, real quick before we take it, where's field 53? I should maybe check this here. 50, 51, 52, 53. And looks like I have been there before. Hey, even better yet. So we will borrow the items. We do not have a combine yet, so... Oh, with that being said, we got $420,000, so we might have to maybe, what do you folks think should be the next purchase here? A Voltra tractor. Interesting, Evan. Not a tractor I would probably buy if I was, out buying a tractor. But, again, one of the things when you're doing contracts, Evan, you use equipment you probably typically won't use sometimes, so... Okay, field 53. Glad I took the time when I did to create a route up to that field. One of those fields like, I'll probably never be up there again. Why bother? But apparently I did, so that's good. And look at that. We are going back up there again, so... Kind of a small header. That's only a 720, okay. 720, baby puke green. It's like a 35-foot header, if I'm not mistaken. $10.80. 1080. Okay, so yeah, they don't have that in feet. Is the 10 meters 35 feet? Probably. Could be wrong on that. That's gonna be my guess. There we go. Let's see that jump on the trailer. Maybe I missed it. Hopefully that'll stay on there. I know we had that with the last header too, and it did not like actually attach to the trailer, it looked like, but stayed on. So obviously the last thing we want to happen is halfway to our destination, the header falls off. Well, to all previous versions of Farming Simulator, right, everyone? Okay, field 53. Yeah, we'll turn you on. It'll definitely probably take a few minutes for that combine to get up there. In fact, let's see once here. We are 8 minutes into this episode. I've been 8 minutes into this episode. I'll try to keep an eye on, see once when it actually gets to everyone, and we'll have to see once what the time is on that one. Oh, wow, I picked a nice diagonal field for this fertilizer contract, didn't I? Okay, well, it is what it is, I guess. Get some GPS set up here a minute and start our favorite job of going up and down the field, back and forth, up and down. It just sounds so exciting, doesn't it, everyone? Okay, let's see. GPS turned on, and we are gonna want, I don't know what are we gonna want here. I'm gonna go 357.5. Let's get an auto width on that here as well. Yeah, close enough. Good enough for government work. You need, keep forgetting about that, everyone. There we go. And when it says unfold, all it does is slowly open this door in the back here. Yes, yeah, it's interesting. Let's put it that way. With GPS running up, now we just grab the old iPad there, pull up the latest, greatest RDAllen video, sit back, watch it, right, Evan? Yes, that's what we do. There we go. Sounds like a great plan if you ask me, Evan. The only thing here, at least in Farming Simulator 22 with the GPS we have at the moment, I don't think there's any sort of auto turn. Right? Am I missing? No. Pretty sure there's no auto turn built into this GPS. Remember the GPS going back to Farming Simulator 17, though, we did actually have the option for auto turn in that. Very rarely would I use it, though, because it was a little derpy, shall we say. As long as you had a wide enough turn, everyone was okay, but emphasis there on the wide enough turn, because it really liked its wide turns. Tried any short turns, it was like, nope. So last, no auto turning here with the GPS here in Farming Simulator 22. Not to be too harsh on the mod author of them, but definitely one of those mods that was overpromised and way under-delivered. But hey, at least it works, Evan. We got basic straight line GPS. I'll take it. That's better than nothing, right, everyone? Those of you, again, going back to Farming Simulator, was it 19 or 22? I'd like to say it was Farming Simulator 19, right, everyone? It took quite a while before we had a working version of GPS in that game. And don't even get me started on the fact that we don't have GPS built into the game. Because, like, what? How do you farm without GPS these days? Well, okay. Going back to the whole... I know I make this comment every so often, but you're going back to the whole European farming thing, going back to the 1950s for farming here. Because every time, and no offense against any of my European viewers here, and you folks, European viewers are more than welcome to correct me if I'm wrong here, but every time I see any, let's not turn that on yet. Anytime I see any European farm, and I'm like, what are we going back to, the 1950s here? Not trying to be mean about it, but I'm just pointing out what is seeming reality here with the European farming equipment and European farming methods. Like, wow. I'd be curious, Evan. Now, I don't know how well this would work, because, again, probably a lot of the crops we grow here in America versus the crops grown in America, or in Europe, are probably a little bit different, maybe. And I know, like, corn in Europe versus corn in America here, a lot of times I believe the corn in Europe there's probably chopped, right? Versus here we shell a lot of the corn. I'm not sure how much corn shelled in Europe versus shelled here in America. But, again, I'm going to be curious to see what's the yield differences on some of that. What's the average yield here of corn in America versus average yield of corn in Europe? There's probably figures out on that one if I had to guess. That one probably is. Okay, I know this is a comment I read every so often, but it's one that just keeps coming up, and that is talking about save games. So heading over to the comments here on my videos, KNC Gaming was saying, I wish I would have found this video sooner. I'm glad I did. It just saved me about a year in progress. I'm curious if his year means a year of farming, playing a single save game. I presume that's what he means by that. I mean, that's, wow, that is impressive. Typically here on this channel, we don't play on a map more than, what, a few months, and then it's on to the next one, right? So we're not typically losing a whole year's worth of progress. Might be fun to do that sometime, though. Just pick it has to be a really good map, though, right, Evan? Pick a really good map and play on it for an entire year, see once where we end up. I know there's some YouTube channels out there that'll kind of do that. They'll get up to like a couple hundred episodes on a map before they switch maps. Obviously, again, don't typically do that on this channel. And I think about the most I've gone before is probably somewhere around 100. And when I say 100, probably like 100, right? I don't know if I've ever gone much over. I'd have to go look, Evan. I'd have to go look, but yeah, we typically stick around the 40, 50, 60 episodes per map. But anyway, going back to KNC's gaming comment here again, as a reminder, everyone, Farming Simulator has a built-in backup for your save games. Now, Giants does not advertise this feature at all, to my knowledge. They also do not have any sort of abilities in the game to restore that save game, to my knowledge, so it is a manual process. But with that being said, everyone, it is still available. Giants does, Farming Simulator, automatically backs up your save game, and it creates multiple copies, and it spreads those copies out. So, you might have one that's a month old. You might have one that's 3 weeks old. You might have like 2 that are 2 weeks old. You might have 4 that are 1 week old. You might have another, 3 or 4 that are a day old, so on and so forth, right, everyone? So it creates multiple backups, and it spreads them out. So Farming Sim, really impressive in that sense, what Giants did with that. So again, as a reminder, everyone, if you lose your save game, something goes wrong, don't worry. Giants has backup. You might lose a little bit of work, 15 minutes, an hour maybe at most, but you shouldn't be losing a whole lot. I think in all my times of playing a single-player Farming Simulator, I don't think I've ever lost much more than maybe, 15 minutes. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that, everyone. I think I have lost more than that before. Like when you very first start a save game, everyone. I think the one time I lost like 3 hours worth of work. If I remember correctly, I started a brand new map, hit the save. Autosave apparently wasn't working, and of course, if the autosave, then a lot of times your backup sometimes isn't working either. But yeah, it turns out there was something wrong of it when you try to save. It wasn't actually saving, and yeah, didn't find that out until the next time I went to load the map, and it's like, wait a minute, it's not there. Like, what do you mean it's not there? Gone. Never saved. So, I've had that before, so in that sense, I probably lost. But assuming I have an established save game, everyone, I don't think I've ever lost probably more than 15 minutes of a save game before. And I always run the autosave mod as well, because again, for those who don't know, Giants' methods of autosaving are not very good, shall we say, and I'm trying to put that politely. Giants' idea of autosaving is, well, you can set the timer, so I don't know, what is it, 5, 10, 15, whatever, etc. In my case, I'm going to save every 15 minutes, I think it is. However, that autosave only works, everyone, if you go to the menu. So let's say you play for 2 hours, everyone, and you never go to this menu. And when I say menu, I like anything in here. I mean, like it doesn't matter what. Just as long as you go to the escape menu, everyone, then the autosave will happen. But if you never go to that menu, everyone, guess what? The autosave will never work. Now, I could sit here and discuss the mental capacity of the individual that thought that was a good idea, but we'll move on. Speaking of moving on, by the way, Christopher was saying, good video. Hey, thank you very much for that. Channing was saying you should pull a roller behind it. Not sure what he meant by roller behind what. I'd have to go look at that episode to understand that one, but okay. For like talking cultivators, that's commonly what you'll see a lot of times around where I live. Speaking of which, has the equipment made it up here yet? Oh, he's just making it, so we didn't miss it, everyone. And I was going to say, everyone, when it comes to cultivators and rollers, a lot of times around where I live, you'll see a cultivator plus rolling basket, rolling harrow, compactor, something usually being pulled behind the cultivator as a secondary kind of like leveling, smoothing tool on top of the behind the cultivator, right? Contract on 24 is 30% complete. Oh, thought I shut that off. I cannot see the GPS line here in this grass. Not very helpful. Have we reached our destination yet? Oh, yeah, he's not going to reach it because the other one's in the way. Okay, let's go over there real quick. So that took pretty much a good 10 minutes, Evan. A good 10 minutes to get down here. Move this tractor out of the way, then he'll be able to reach his destination. And I don't know about you folks. I think we'll maybe save that contract here for next episode. We'll have to see what other contracts hopefully we have show up here next episode as well. Hopefully that's not the only one. If we go check our contracts here a minute. Well, of all the contracts there are, we have them all here at this moment. So, oh, there we go. Yeah, nothing really exciting though. Field 39. You know, I was talking about the auto drive routes, and there's probably going to be a few fields that are going to be missing from our auto drive routes. The little small fields like that, where it's, what is it, $1,000 to do the contract? Yeah, we're probably not going to get to those, I don't think. Ooh, Randall had a good suggestion here. This is going back a couple of episodes, but Randall was saying to fix your planter lids not opening, you need to go into the keyboard commands and change the key used to open it. I use the slash key and it works fine. Hey, thank you for that there, Randall. I will have to go and try that. I'll have to actually probably, I wonder what that is under for key binding. So planter lids. Is there a generic key command for that? Or, like I said, I'll have to go look. I'll have to go look. That might be worth looking into. For those who don't remember, a few episodes back here, we had issues with our planter. We got the John Deere 1775 planter, right? Yes. No, we got a modded one. That's right. We got a modded version. And we bought a seed tender one. I thought it'd be a genius idea to have a seed tender to refill our planter with, right? Except for the fact that we can't open the lids on the planter. And because we can't open the lids on the planter, we can't fill the planter with a seed tender. It wouldn't be so bad, but this is, I would say this is a fairly common problem to happen here in farming. So not necessarily maybe the lids, but just refilling planters with seed tenders in general. Seems to be a problem that plagues Farming Simulator all the time. I always call it, my term is mobile refilling, right, everyone? Where you have something that needs, seed, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, water, who knows what, everyone. And then you have a seed tender, gravity wagon, a tanker, or something, whatever, that you can hopefully try to refill it with. And how often does that work, everyone? Yeah, the problem. Therein lies the problem. Oh, fuel's another good one there, right? Everyone can't forget the fuel. So again, we got that truck that we own, everyone, that has fuel on it, right? Good luck trying to actually fill the tank that is on that truck with fuel. And then, of course, once you got that filled up, you got to go hope that whatever you're bringing fuel to will accept fuel from said truck. It's just, goodness, like, really, Giants? Oh, speaking about the save game, here's another comment. So I won't, he just says, thanks. So won't go into too much more detail on that because we kind of already discussed that once already. But, again, that's one of those things that I don't understand why Giants doesn't advertise that feature more. I think they'd really want to advertise that one because that's a pretty good feature there if you ask me. One. Oh, maybe that's just my opinion. Though, again, I'm given the number of people that say thanks on that video or don't know that exists, or yeah, the number of comments I get on those videos of them is quite impressive. Oh, let's see. We'll have to go check and see how much progress we're making here. I know the other cultivating contract was almost done. Go check that here a minute. Yeah, GPS locked on. We should be good. Field 36, 98%. So we'll finish that here this episode. Hopefully then we'll move on to field 45 after that. We are almost half done here. Michael Hammond, owner of field 24. So almost halfway done fertilizing there. And then, of course, we haven't started the harvesting contract. Like I said, we'll probably save that here for next episode. And we'll see what's on those. I mean, I don't know if any one of those are necessarily worth. We'll see what's. Maybe like cultivating for the $7,000. That's not too bad, I guess. Field 2, huh? Did I ever create a route for field 2? No, I have not. Seems like I've been to field 2 before, but maybe not. No route that goes down there, so. By the way, my goal here, everyone, is once we can afford it, I'd like to actually get a self-propelled fertilizer spreader here. And we'd probably stick with a pellet fertilizer. I know the liquid fertilizer could be a little cheaper, I think, if I remember correctly, everyone. Actually be an interesting test to do sometime, just to see how much ground can you cover with 1,000 liters of pellet fertilizer versus 1,000 liters of liquid fertilizer. I had to think of the name there for a second. Pellet fertilizer versus liquid fertilizer. I've always heard that the liquid fertilizer is cheaper and goes further, but is that true? I've never taken the time to test that one. Might be kind of interesting sometimes, right? Here we go again. Making another turn so we can go round and around the field. Where we stop, nobody knows. Oh, must be another autosave. This, by the way, for those who wonder, is probably why Giants doesn't autosave like this. Because, yeah, I've got it set to every 15 minutes. And every 15 minutes, you're going to have a little bit of a lag spike. Personally, I don't mind that one because, again, it gives you peace of mind with autosave, right? But maybe some folks don't want it. Giants, maybe that's probably why they don't do it that way, be my presumption. But, yeah, whenever it autosaves, you're going to see a couple of seconds there where, oh my goodness, what happened to my frame rate? And it's auto-saving. But hey, if you're only doing it like every 15 minutes, who's going to care, right? And it's a farming game too, and so it's not like you got to have, 200 FPS in this game for it to be playable. I've said this before. In my opinion, Evan, you can play this game probably at 20 FPS. And yes, you're going to notice it, everyone, but it's not going to be that noticeable. This game does not require high FPS to play. If you ask me, with this game, I would probably trade detail for FPS. That's just my opinion, everyone. I don't know. You folks can let me know what you think down in the comments. But in my opinion, I would probably go detail versus FPS. And for those who wondered, I do play pretty much maxed out settings here. With that being said, I do have a decent enough computer where we're able to run 60 frame rates too. So, for those who are wondering, by the way, I do actually have a high refresh rate monitor, and the refresh high, it does more frames, right? So you see those ones that are, 120, 144, 100 and I think it was 160, 240, whatever hertz refresh rates. Mine is 144 hertz refresh rate, if I remember correctly. For some reason, it doesn't work. I don't know why. For the last couple of years, the high refresh rate has not worked on it. So kind of a bummer there. I'm a little bit of a sore subject there, in my opinion. Get a high refresh rate monitor, and again, like I said, mine's not super high. It's like 144, but it doesn't work. So don't know why. And I've tried. It's got both HDMI and I'm trying to think of the name of the DVI. Yeah, DVI one. Gives you an idea how old this monitor is. It's got a DVI port. Everything nowadays is pretty much HDMI or display port, pretty much. But it's got an HDMI and a DVI on it. Neither one of them will give me high refresh rate for some reason. So kind of too bad. Kind of too bad. But oh well. Again, for this game, 60 frame rates. More than good. Anyway, looking at the time, it looks like it is about time to wrap it up here for this episode. A reminder, by the way, if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, don't forget to do that. Also, give the video a thumbs up. Always very much appreciated. And if you'd like to follow me on the rest of my social media channels, you can find them linked down below in the description of this video here as well. So with that, everyone, thanks for watching. If folks have any other comments or questions, be sure to throw them down below. I'll do my best to answer them, or at the very least, read them, of course. And as you folks see, we try to read them out on the videos here as well. So, again, everyone, thanks for watching, and until next time.